everyone. Welcome to another episode of Knives and Nose. We are back, all three of us. We're here at the same time.
Back together. Reunited, and we feel so good. Yes,
so
ma'am.
good. Well, we are back with another episode, and today we're just going to jump right in. So there's this documentary on Netflix called Ashley Madison. I never heard of Ashley Madison before, had no clue, randomly selected it, and turns out there's a whole website dedicated to letting people cheat or giving people the opportunity or space or whatever you want to call it to cheat on their spouses. It's specifically for married people. So I brought up an interesting question because in episode, I think 2 or 3, it comes out, basically there was a data breach. So all these people got exposed, politicians, son, like all these people. One of the people in the documentary that they interview, he never actually had sex with anyone. He was just having conversations. Turns out a lot of these conversations were like bots or the customer service people was having conversations. So these people were having conversations thinking they cheat and sending pictures and all types of stuff to nothing. Basically talking to themselves. So it made me think because that particular person, like the wife, obviously she was mad when she found out, blah, blah, blah. And then he had a whole bunch of stuff he didn't tell her. He never slept with anybody, but he tried to sleep with her friends, like all types of stuff. Anyway, where is the line? She forgave him, as women often do. Where's the line? Because he never actually had sex with anybody. He was just carrying on these, or at least in his mind, emotional connections and sharing fantasies and these types of things with these women.
But would he have, though? If you went that far to find a website that would allow you to cheat on your wife, if given the opportunity, would you have taken it to that next level?
I think they would.
I think
my point is the fact that you even applied for this site. That's my line. I get it. Like, yeah, people want technicalities of, oh, well, I didn't have sex with anybody. It's like, but you were looking for it. And had you not gotten caught, you probably would still be on it, which would probably lead to something else even more. And I get it. There's going to be people like, well, not me. And it's like, okay, well, not you. I'm not talking to you, not you. I'm talking to anybody else that decides to be on this site looking for something like that. Like that's the line for me.
That's the line.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was going to ask, so like personally, at what point do you consider it cheating? Because, we're all out in the world. We go to work, we go to, places, and you're going to meet random people, and you may see someone that initially physically you're attracted to, but you don't necessarily act on it. Sometimes at work, you're working with someone and there becomes an attraction because you are spending so much time with this person because you're at work. So at what point is it considered like cheating for you? Like how many conversations in, or what do the conversations have to be about before you're like,
it all starts here. When you feel yourself going in that direction, I feel like you have already started you put your toe on the line. You haven't crossed over it yet, but your toe is on the line, or like right up against it. Like you're flirting with the idea. Like, that you well on your way, especially if you're going to continue the act, whether it's on a website or continuing having these conversations with the person. Yeah, you're flirting, you're toying with the idea.
Yeah. I think for me, it would be at the moment that you feel like you need to hide something about it. Like you feel like you need to disguise the kinds of conversations that you're having, or you need to water down, how many times, you gave them a hug, that day, or hide the fact that you guys met for lunch. The minute that you feel like you can't tell your significant other something about what's going on, I think that's crossed it. Even if it's, I'm going to have just a quick phone call conversation with them in the other room so they don't know, or I'm going to go outside for a walk and go take,
Yep.
I think that's the moment where I think it crosses the line. And I agree that starts in here, only know that, but
Yeah, I agree that it starts, because even when we all do stupid things, right, or make mistakes, but when it comes to that particular thing, I always kind of have struggled when I've been in that situation. Someone, I made a mistake. At what point did you decide it was a mistake? Because you didn't just like pull your penis out and then boom, that was it. No, there was a process to get to that point. You had a
Right.
conversation. You saw each other first. You had a conversation, multiple conversations, and then it, led to there. Even if it's a one night stand, you had to get there somehow. So, what point when you put your key in the hotel door, was that when you realized it was a mistake? Once you got in and closed the door behind you, once you went and took your shoes off, at what point did you realize it was a mistake? So, is it really a mistake? It sounds like you wanted to do it. Sounds like a well thought out plan to me.
Right. You didn't trip and fall and then your pants fell down and then all of a sudden there's a vagina. And it's like, oh no, shit. Right. It took effort and it took thought. Like you put effort into that. And again, if you only stopped because you got caught, that to me is like,
yeah.
Like that's not.
It's intentional. It just all seems intentional. If you are constantly having these conversations or constantly putting yourself in these situations, it's intentional. You know what's we're all grown, okay?
Right.
You know what you're doing. You
Right.
know where these conversations are going to get you. Don't get you some pussy or get you some dick. Well, whichever one it is.
Right. You know where that's heading. And even if it's emotional, like, and sometimes to me, emotional is probably worse than physical.
I was just about to ask that. Which do you think is worse?
Emotional, but emotional will typically lead if given enough time to physical.
Yes.
But emotional for sure, because it's like, it's one thing if it's just like, oh, I thought, she was sexy and I just wanted to fuck. Hands down, I didn't want anything more than just to fuck. Yeah, it still sucks, but it's kind of like, I feel like I personally can accept that. Whether I'll keep going or not is a different question, but I can accept that answer more than I can. This person now knows you more intimately than I do. And that's not the circumstance. That would hurt even more, because then at that point, you've now given her or given him something that was supposed to be for us.
Yeah, so much more of you.
Right. And it's like, well, if you're giving that to them, then what's left for me? And it's not even special if, especially if you told them something that you haven't even told me about. Now they know you more than me, then what's the point in me? Like, why am I here? It's that part that's hurtful to me.
Yeah. I definitely agree that emotional probably would be worse for me than physical. Like you said, just straight up physical. Especially for somebody like me who doesn't connect to people, especially men, easily emotionally. Like it takes me a minute to feel a connection. So once it's there, like you really have to do something to violate it, because I'm like loyal to a fault, So if you're having emotional connections with other people or someone else, that is probably worse pain or more painful for me than just a straight we just fucked that night. I wouldn't accept either one, but I think that one would hurt even more than just strictly physical.
Same.
Oh, I have a question though for you guys. So in the vein of it, obviously it's a very serious subject, but would you prefer that they sleep with somebody who is subjectively, and I say subjectively, like in your own mind, you saw this person and be like, well, damn, like that person is better than you, or like better looking, or has, something else more than you? Or would you rather them go like dumpster diving for,
I feel like in most cases, it pretty much always ends up being dumpster diving. That's usually what it is. But for me, I wouldn't want it at all. But if I had to pick, I definitely would want it to be somebody better, look better than me. Because I'd be like,
she got to be bad, boy.
I get it. She bad. Like I can't say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand why it was hard to keep that thing down. I get it.
Her ass better be 10 times bigger than mine. You hear me? She better make the stallion on crack, boy.
Just that
thing just swinging.
Then I can be like, okay, I get it. I understand. Shout out to you that you even got it. All right.
Yeah.
That's my man.
You see what he pulled? That been a little better than
me. Clearly. Oh, I'm a little torn about it. I honestly kind of feel like it would hurt my feelings more if he got somebody that was better than me, because I feel like I'm bad. I think I'm pretty, and I offer a lot. For you to then go and up and above me, and I know what it took for you to get me. You telling me you have more to give, and you just climbed up. So now I'm mad on like both fronts.
That's the Scorpio coming at y'all.
Right, I'm mad on both fronts now. Like, so you weren't giving your all. You could have did X, Y, Z because you got hurt. And if you got hurt, you got me. But if you got hurt, that means that you was really putting in some work, and that's work that I need to put in the invoice for because I sure didn't get it. So that's like one side of it. But then you have like, it's almost in the same bucket as I just wanted to fuck. If you get, if you went dumpster diving, that sits down there. It's like, okay, you just went dumpster diving. I hope, that's, you just grab that. And that to me kind of sits in the same bucket, just as bad. Cause I'm like, ugh. Yeah, but also my ego goes, so you didn't find that.
Like, if my man is dumpster diving, it's gonna make me feel like, well, damn, what do I look like? Because you just fuck anything, huh?
Right.
You just go for whatever's available and open.
You at the
what exactly do you think of me? Because
exactly,
sir, I like to think that you a little picky about where you put your penis if you got me. You know what I'm saying? But clearly you don't care. So I might hurt my ego a little bit. Like, damn, as ugly as she is, really?
Yeah.
I thought you had better standards,
It's interesting because anytime I've talked to like men about this, like their thing is, well, she ain't better than you. I just wanted just to, just something a little bit different, not better than you, just something a little bit different. Then they feelings are real hurt when we go to step out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we not going to go dumpster diving as women.
We always,
we can level up.
We don't purposely. It's like it's not going to be worth my time if I don't find somebody at least better than you in something, some form or fashion. It's not worth my time at that point.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'm doing it, best believe he got to be like better looking. He got bigger muscles. So when you get mad and try to puff up your chest, I'll be like, whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to be better looking. Like, you see? God. Yeah, that's my new boo.
You see us.
Now, have you all ever been I know we all have been on the receiving end of someone that is in a relationship, married, long-term, whatever, and they're really trying hard to come at you? And how did you handle it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. That's not my MO. If it's one thing if I don't know that person is in that situation, but at the moment that I know that you are in that situation, I don't deal with it. And I always try to bring it back to platonic neutral, like how's your wife? How's your kid?
Mm-hmm.
And if I feel like they can't keep it in the platonic realm, because I don't think that there's that's a whole nother subject. But like I think again, if you can keep it platonic, because there's people that can't keep it platonic and it's just old friends for whatever reason, cool. And it becomes like, oh, actually, no, I would love to be friends, but you should come over and we're going to all do a barbecue, bring whoever you want to bring, like platonic. That's cool. But if I feel like you can't keep it platonic and you trying to do more, you can go ahead and cross me out that equation. I don't.
Yeah, I feel like if you can't tell your wife, then it's a problem.
It ain't right.
Yeah, like I've definitely been in situations, trying to think how detailed do I want to get, but yeah, I basically had to remove myself and step back from the friend group because the husband's is tripping and these motherfuckers don't care, like while she's there, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Like y'all super bold. And before I freaking go off, because I'm the single girl, everybody's, you know how women get sometimes. Oh yeah, you trying to push up on my man. that type of thing. So it's like I know how that can go. So I had to just, remove myself from these people that were these men that were, disrespectful, in my opinion. Just recently, I had to delete it because I was heated. I was heated. I was heated. I don't know what it was that night. I don't know. Maybe my period was on. I don't know, but I was pissed. And it's somebody I already knew. Didn't know he wasn't married. At least I didn't know he was married. I don't know. He just popped up on my Facebook one day married. Like, oh, wait, we was just talking like a couple of, okay. Anyway, and he responded to something and, oh, I want you type of thing. And I was like, in capital letters, if you don't get your married ass out my DM, sir, what would your wife say? What would your wife say about this? Like, I just, I can't do it.
Right. And it's one thing if, they on some other stuff, like they poly or they swinging and stuff like that. That's a whole nother section of that, because then we go past like, what would your wife say? And if it's that situation, the wife's like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah, if she's aware, that's different. It doesn't mean I'm going to participate,
Right,
but that's completely different.
So I think we'd be very specific that this conversation is for those who are supposed to be in something monogamous, not who have open marriages or polygamy or polyamory. Not those situations.
This is infidelity.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
lying too, but about what you're doing.
Yeah, this is monogamous cheating, not poly stuff. Just to be clear before people flood the comments with, well, poly, and it's like, okay,
but we ain't talking to you. Get out the comments.
Yeah, well, to each his own, right? Yes. Whatever relationship you decide to be in, that's your business. I personally don't care. But I know that cheating thing is something else, and little did I know it was a whole website dedicated to it. Wow. People go out of the way to be deceitful.
Yes. That's a lot of work. You don't have to. If you just are open with your person and tell your partner what you're missing, what you're needing, what I just communicate. We wouldn't have these problems. It wouldn't be infidelity if you just open up your mouth and saw closed mouths don't get fed.
Sure. You might be surprised what your partner might be amenable to if you're worried about they don't want to do something that you want to try, or you realize you have like this kink and you haven't done it with your partner. Ask them, because a lot of times, like a lot of guys will be like, I didn't think you'd be into it. It's like, well, if you would have gave me the chance, I would have actually been off.
Tell me up.
I might be. I know what I like. You ain't asked.
I want to get the riding crop. Go ahead.
I got some flexibility left. I can put my legs up.
Hey, I got this. You didn't know I had the pulley system, right? Did you never ask?
I like butt plugs too, sir.
You didn't know about that collection? Like,
I got a whole drawer.
You didn't put this drawer. I've been waiting.
But to all the monogamous,
yes.
Wow, yes. It's been a long day. All the monogamous couples, relationships out there, do right.
Period.
Do right.
Right. There's only one
married men. Y'all know who y'all are. Stop. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Dump you in your Adam's apple. Stop.
You are disrespecting your wife. You are disrespecting your relationship. You are disrespecting yourself. And then you're disrespecting the woman that you're trying to get at. Because what make you think she want to be a side piece? That was always my thing. Like, what makes you think that I would want to be second to anybody? You see me? You see?
No problems.
What makes you think I'm
not number two?
Never. Not in this life or the next.
Never number two.
Never. No. Never. Anyway. All right, y'all. Our rant is done. All right. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, especially the men. I want to hear from y'all because, we always talk about men cheating, blah, blah, blah. But how y'all feel when y'all women be cheating on y'all? I would like to, we need to do this again with a man. Man that's been cheated on. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
One.
Yeah, I'm about to find somebody. Go scroll through my list and see who I can find.
Actually, I know I blocked you for some shit, but like, can you just,
All right, y'all. Peace out.